So everybody, welcome to a retelling of Stone Butch Blues by Leslie Feinberg for our collaboration spontaneity class. Who was I now, woman or man? I fought long and hard to be included as woman among women, but I always felt so excluded by my differences. I hadn't just believed that passing would hide me. I hoped that it would allow me to express the part of myself that didn't seem to be woman. I didn't get to explore being a he-she, though. I simply became a he, a man without a past. Who was I now, woman or man? That question could never be answered as long as those were the only choices. It could never be answered if it had to be asked. A woman among women. I can't manage it. I mean, I can because I'm lucky in some groups that don't fit that socially expected idea of femininity or whatever. Like, some of my female friends, to imagine them fitting into that stereotype is simply laughable. But I'm pretty socially awkward around most girls. I don't know why. I just am. Kind of like a 14-year-old boy or something. Um, but I mean, with the exception of a few of my friends, I'm usually pretty awkward, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. But I can't. A lot of times, I can't socially interact with girls the way other girls would be able to. But because I was also socialized as a female, I also don't really know how to interact with men that well. I hadn't just believed that passing would hide me. There's the idea in the trans community of you come out of the closet and you go back in. So the trans community becomes visible for this huge second and then goes back into the closet and becomes completely invisible. That man without a past, your past, your childhood just falls away. Who you used to be. Like, I'm Tyler now. I'm Tyler Williams. The girl I was, the name I had, all the connotations of the name I had, is suddenly supposed to disappear. And I mean, I can't really make it do that, nor do I really want to, because to forget a part of who I am also denies the feminine part of myself and my love for women, because women are very strong. And there's times when I am almost ashamed that I can't stay in the body I'm in because of how I feel, because it almost feels like a betrayal of females as a whole. And that's something I'd never want to do, because I respect women a lot. A lot. I have a lot of respect and a lot of admiration for women in general. So, disrespecting women is something I'd never do. I hoped that it would allow me to express the part of myself that didn't seem to be woman. I'm really okay with the parts of myself that are pretty feminine, pretty girly. I cry, whatever. I fall in love really easily. I mope over my emotions. I get hormonal, whatever. I care about my hair a lot. I will care usually a lot about how I dress, depending when I try and clean up. But there's also parts of myself that are very masculine, and those parts take over more than anything. So, I just, I need to explore more, as well as just obviously did, the parts of myself that are masculine. Because for a lot of people, being butch and presenting just as butch is enough, but as a butch, you're still considered female, and that's something that's really not okay with me so much. Let's see. Woman or man, that question can never be answered as long as those were the only choices. It can never be answered if it had to be asked. The gender binary in our society is huge. You are female or male, you are woman or man. There is not supposed to be an in-between. And for me, I am all in between. I am genderqueer. I am something other than woman, something other than man. I am both. I am neither. I am in between. And playing with gender is something I love doing. It's hard sometimes, but it's what I do. And the gender binary in our society needs to be gone. It needs to not happen. There needs to be not such a focus on it, on asking about gender, on asking about sexuality or sex in general. The gender is not the important part. It's what you do that makes you who you are. I am a writer. I love people. I love hanging out with my friends. I'm addicted to my cell phone. Does that make me male or female? No, not at all. But I am male, I am female. I am neither, I am both. And you know what? I'm okay with that.